That right there, folks, is the sound of craft paper being unraveled.
Happiness.
That's Underberg for you. After a good meal to feel bright and alert, Underberg is what you need. It's the best.
And when you have them, you got to throw them up, and you got to say, let it percolate, bitches, because it takes a while to percolate out.
Give it a little clank. Get a little glass clank there. Underberg is the world's most famous bitter, and it is a fantastic digestif. If you have a big meal that you're grilling or a Thanksgiving meal, something like that, get yourself an Underberg to feel bright and alert.
Oh, or anytime during the day. Could be after breakfast, after lunch. So good.
Mm-hmm. It's the best. Get yourself some. Welcome back to Eclipse on Tap, the podcast where we talk about eclipses of all kinds and space in general.
Crack it.
Episode 94 here in the month of July. July 2nd, in fact. We're right and early here in July after a little bit of a hiatus in May and June. Busy time, lots of travel. I think all of us have trips that we took, extended trips, like week-long vacations. And busy time. So happy to be back in the Pub 39A studio.
Got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah,
lots to catch up on. It is a heat wave right now in Grand Rapids, and we're in the thick of the Grattan season. Summer is here. It feels like we're here.
You wouldn't know it in DR cellar down here.
It is
shivering.
Pub 39A is cooled to a very chilled.
The brewski might warm me up a little bit.
It's the basement in general stays pretty cool here, which is nice. But then we got the AC on set to like 71, and the basement
that'll get her done.
Yeah,
it is. It's AC units around the city are working hard these last couple of days.
Yeah.
It's been a big heat streak. So, but anyway, happy to be back after the last time we were recording was with Race Chaser Dad, and we were talking about Barry Rebet. We were reviewing.
Oh shoot!
We were reviewing Barry. So
had we even started Grattan?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe we had just done the first one.
We got a lot to catch up on then.
Yeah. So we're well underway with the Grattan race series. It has been a fantastic season so far because we have a winner in the form of Nathaniel Williams. What stage was that? 4? I think so. Yeah, stage 4.
Probably 4 or 5.
It wasn't. I'll have to look back at the Grattan Weekly.
Yeah. It was before June though. I think it was our first ever win as Eclipse on Tap in May.
Yeah,
agree.
So it must have been week 4.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Because I had one in June, a handful of years ago, but not May.
Yeah.
2022. I think that was. And then you'd gotten one last year, the grand finale.
Yeah.
The final, the last official stage. But,
the week before the tragic incident with Jeremiah's bike.
Yeah.
The final stage, the Champs-Élysées, as they say.
Yeah, the Champs-Élysées. But that was an awesome win. Attacked on the last 1,000 meters. Got a gap.
Yeah. We had a group of. It was a pretty big group. We had probably
9, I think.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
Including. So it was Nathan and I were both in the break, and that was the one where the break formed from lap 1.
Yeah,
and I was in it from lap 1, so I was toast. But
Matt goes up the road lap 1. And then myself, Daniel Schamberger, and Graham McNeil bridged across to you guys. And we rolled. I think we went up with 10 to go or so. Maybe a little bit more. We were up there for quite a while. But 10 or 12 to go. We bridged up. And then, coming into the finish, it was my favorite direction where you got to go up the hill at the end. I'm not a good high speed sprinter, but I can do it if it's like up the hill and power sprint. So went early, but it paid off. We got the win, and we called it on this podcast before the season. Like it's not going to be a matter of if we can win one this year, just when are we going to win one? And we did it early. And I think I don't know what the odds makers are saying, but I think we'll get another.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good chance.
Because so I went first that week, second the week after, and third the week or the next one. So I've rounded out the podium.
You're sitting top 12, I think, overall.
I think top 5.
Yeah, I think I'm top 5. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you took third, the individuals that were in first and second, respectively, were not in the running for season points thus far.
Yeah.
So they you essentially won.
Yeah.
From a season point standpoint.
Yeah. I beat everybody that's ahead of me in points.
Yes, that's a better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more
And
straightforward,
actually, I think the week I took second. I'm trying to think now. I think.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
no,
Bobby-
Bobby's ahead of me. I think
Bobby's
on
ahead.
points.
Yeah,
But yeah, that week I also beat like Kyle. So we're making progress. I
Yeah.
mean, we're not out of it.
This is where I think it gets tough for a lot of people who especially were like really quick early on in the year, like April, May.
This
is usually like the July, August time frame is when the real hounds come out to bark.
Well, and this is
so to
also where it
speak.
gets tough from a mental standpoint, because like every Wednesday you got to go out there. Like you can't go out there with the attitude of like I get a good workout, and you got to be like on
in the break.
and like I gotta
Yeah.
chase down whatever break. I gotta follow people. So should I be a stage hunter or should I hunt the overall?
I think. I mean,
We're getting into tour season, so am I gonna be like I don't know who's a stage hunter? Who's a stage hunter?
they
Paul Sextus this year, probably.
No,
Or no,
he's
GC.
going for the overall.
Yeah, he's going GC.
Um,
Who is this good?
Julien
GC?
Alaphilippe,
Yeah, Julien.
a stage hunter.
still racing.
Yeah.
Julian?
Oh yeah, but do I go that route, or are we gonna play for the big?
Well, I mean,
Overall.
you're basically gonna like if you go for stage wins, then you're gonna improve your overall. So it just kind of, I think you can just go for both. But and then yeah, I mean,
All right.
hopefully we get some good weather here coming up, and then we don't have to miss any. And
What-
then,
But like hypothetically, next week, let's say you two are in the break. Do I try to get across to it because I need the points, or do I just say, Matt and David are in the break?
no, I think we need to go for the overall again. I mean, that's where everything's at. You got
So you guys sit up in the break, make
Yeah.
them tow you, and
Yeah.
wait for me to come across.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we totally have to. And then, like, if we can, the bonus would be is if we can get like a few guys high up in the
Oh, yeah.
GC, because then it's like multiple threats, and maybe it's us two that are like top 12 or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah, I think
But,
we're
like,
we're all
pull
in
it
the
up.
top. 15.
I don't know if we're too far out to do anything at this point, unless we start getting top threes.
I mean, that's the like you mentioned, David.
but-
When 2022, when you won the GC,
Yeah.
you took a stage win in like late June,
yeah.
and all of a sudden we were like, okay, let's try this.
So
Um,
I think we just have to race with Nathan being. I mean, we don't want to like obviously spoil all of our plans on a public podcast, but I would say
Our rivals are listening.
All right.
Yeah.
June 24th. I'm pulling up results right now.
we definitely need to ride with Nathan in mind. If he's not there, then
Yeah,
look for him to get there. That kind of thing.
agreed. Nathan,
All
you're
right.
our Tadej Pogacar.
But, yeah.
A season
Tade.
standings. A season standings.
Yeah, where are
And
you?
keep in mind, we haven't done 8 of them yet. So they take the top 8 results.
from a
Yeah.
season of
And
17
we
stages.
haven't done 8 yet because we had the rain out and then the 2 rain weeks.
Yeah.
So right now, as it stands, BJ first, Graham second, Bobby third, Kyle fourth, me fifth.
Okay, that's well
And then
within
we
striking
got-
distance.
David is in. Oh, what? Hang on a second.
I'm not.
I'm
I haven't
fifth,
even had
sixth,
a top 10.
seventh,
I don't think.
8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Matt's 13, David's 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we could both work if you and I work our way into the top 10, then we have 3 threats.
Yeah. And then we can also.
And all it really takes is like you guys being in the break.
Oh yeah, easily.
Because you accumulate that many more points.
Yeah, the
And
only reason
All
I'm
of a sudden your average just goes.
the only reason I'm 13th is because of that day I was in, like I finished 8th or whatever.
Yeah.
So it makes such a huge difference if you
Yeah.
have 1 week where you score some points versus a week in the field.
We
Yeah.
gotta keep some of those dudes that out of the break too. I think like BJ, like try to.
He's
keep
been
them-
riding well.
He's
Yeah.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we can get to. I think he has issues when the break is really hard,
Yeah.
or he has to respond to a lot of moves. So I think we can maybe put him under pressure and not drag him along, because usually if he's in the break, he's kind of soft pedaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting for that sprint.
Yeah.
Definitely the best sprinter in the group for
Right.
sure. But yeah, as you can tell, Grattan is very much underway. It's a heated battle each and every Wednesday. And
It is.
we've had of course many Underbergs in the after party. I was joking. I think I said it to David yesterday. You know, the old it's not old. Sorry, I was thinking about Miller, but it's actually Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
True.
When it's Grattan time, it's
It's
Underberg time.
Berg time.
Yeah.
It's Berg time. Yeah, we been having fun. So if you're out at Grattan, come check it out. Stop by the tent. Have a Berg with us.
This week was fun too.
It was.
because it was.
Yeah.
So we're recording right before the 4th of July. We never race on the 4th, but because of the rainouts, Brian's like, we'll do a ride night.
Yeah,
And
track's
so,
open.
yeah, we had more of the EOT crew out there that aren't racers necessarily. We were missing a few of the racers, but more of the EOT crew out that weren't racers got out. We did 35, 40 miles and then had just a great time afterwards. Dan's hooked. Dan's like, next week he's going to park there, go out, do a gravel ride, come back for the after party. He's like, Wednesday night's my new favorite night.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's
awesome.
It's a great place for camaraderie. We're always enjoying Wednesday nights out there.
It is. It's our beer league. I look forward to Wednesday because the other thing is for the work week, you get to Wednesday night, you're like, all right, I got Grattan, and then you kind of coast into the weekend.
Yeah, it is the true over the hump scenario. So
Yeah.
and if you're listening and you don't know what the hell we're talking about, Grattan Race Series out at Grattan Raceway, northeast of Grand Rapids by about 40 minutes. It's a beautiful racetrack every Wednesday night for the last 45 years, something like that.
I think we're higher than that. I think we're like 47.
47.
Yeah.
Some, getting close to 50. Bike racing out there. There's an A class and a B class. If you are a Michigan resident and want to join for your first time, you get your first race free, which is exciting. Otherwise, it's $20 unless you're a season rider. And
if you just want to come out and spectate, you know what team to pull for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then if you're a little tentative about racing and you want to just ride the track, you can also get there. The track opens at 6. The race starts at 6:45, and you can just, I think technically he charges $5 or something, but
covers insurance. Or
it covers insurance.
$5.
You sign a waiver.
$5. And for Wednesday night, we went out there and did 40 miles and you don't have to worry about cars. You're out there riding with your buddies, talking, having fun, get a workout in, and it's stress free.
And
yeah,
good to go.
Yeah, exactly. So because it's right around 4th of July, not quite the middle of the Grattan season, but far enough into it, it's certainly worth a plug on the podcast. So kudos to the Grattan Race Series. Kudos to our director sportif and the race organizer, Brian Obermeyer. He's been on the podcast a few times. If you're a fan of the podcast, you'll recognize his name. It's just a great hotbed for a lot of fun racing out there and a good mix of competitive racing, but not too serious.
Yeah.
Unless we're in the running, then it gets serious.
Then it gets serious. So
nobody else knows, but it gets serious amongst us group.
We're down to the single digits and the points there at the end. We're going to be gunning for it. So yeah, no, it's a fun way to kick off this podcast talking about Grattan. And the season overall, I think it's been fun. We've got a gravel race next weekend, the old Cedar Blitz. So we'll be out there as well.
We got a big crew coming out for that.
Yeah, it's a good race. I would say.
Did you sign up yet, David?
No, I had thought about it. I think I might try to jump in.
I think you should.
I gotta change over the wheels to the gravel tires and all that, but it should be pretty quick.
You should.
It's
a fun one.
It's a speedy one too.
I haven't done it yet, but I've heard it's a fun one.
Last year, got into a breakaway, and it's 36 miles, and I think our finishing time was like an hour 28.
Beautiful.
So it's fast. Yeah. Easy, not a lot of hills, pretty clean. Couple corners that are a little just like any gravel race, a little washed out perhaps, but all things considered, it's one of the quote unquote, I would say, easier gravel races as far as
and
course.
Close to home.
Close to home. It's hosted at Cedar Springs Brewing Company, which actually we raced the Dirty 30 earlier this year, another gravel race. And
we got gift cards.
We won the team, the Eclipse on Tap team won best team, and we got a bunch of Cedar Springs Brewing Company gift cards. So I'm going to cash that in.
Just thinking about that. Yeah.
$20 gift cards.
Register and use your card.
Yeah.
Yep. It's free, essentially free beer after the race. It's going to be good. So, but maybe transitioning into some other topical news. At the top of the podcast, we referenced a few trips, and David, I think we should dive into.
We need to dive into David's
trip because it involved a very special day And David, tell us about it.
Yeah. So I took a trip down to Florida with my wife and her family. We went down for a week trip at Disney, actually. And we were only an hour away from Cape Canaveral. So one of the last days that we were there, we got to go. It's been a bucket list. I think I mentioned it many times before, but to go see the Cape, and we planned ahead, planned the bus tour, the Explorer tour ahead of time too. So we spent the day there, and it was a pretty surreal, awesome experience. Yeah, it's one of those things like you just imagine what it's like in your head, but like once you're there, you're like, oh my gosh. So the first thing you see in the distance is the VAB as you're driving along on this pancake flat road to get out to the Cape. And then right when we got there, we had about 45 minutes or so, and we went over and saw Atlantis, the shuttle, and got to see that whole tour, and that was pretty crazy too. And I know, Nathan, you've seen that before, and Matt as well.
Mm-hmm.
So got to go see that. The Rocket Garden was pretty cool. Right when we walked around there for a little bit too.
Did you sit in the little? Is it the Mercury capsule thing? Did you sit in that?
I didn't sit in the Mercury capsule. I sat in the Apollo, the mock-up Apollo.
Okay.
Sweet
capsule.
The Mercury one, I got in with my daughter, and at the time she was probably 4 or 5, and it literally looks like a fighter jet.
Yeah,
and you're
crazy.
like, you took this into orbit, and it's like a tin can that you're like, there's no way. Like, I was sitting in there with her, and it was crammed with the two of us. Like, how could 2 grown men get in this thing and take it into orbit?
Yeah, I think it's the Gemini one. Yeah. And it reminds, like, when you see people driving on the highway with like their legs up on the dash, and you're like, ooh, that is a recipe for disaster if you get into a fender bender, because you're. But then you sit in that thing, it's the same thing. Your knees are up to your chest, damn near.
How long were there flights in that thing?
That's a good question.
Let's
see.
Those ones, I don't think were as long. I mean, I think there might have been maybe a day or two. Actually, like
the only saving grace is that you're weightless, so you don't get your ass isn't just aching from sitting in the seat.
Yeah, you've got the gravity, anti-gravity.
Yeah.
So the 10 crewed NASA Project Gemini missions lasted on average 6 days, 6 hours, and 19 minutes.
6 days.
The longest was Gemini 7 in 1965, 13 days.
Oh, wow.
God.
Can you imagine? Oh my!
You have literally no room to move.
It's
None.
Insane. That's longer than Artemis 2.
Those guys. Yeah.
There's no bathroom. There's no moving around. You're strapped into a seat for 13 days.
Yeah, those guys you've got to have like a
screw loose.
No, yeah, a little bit, but like you got to be so cool and calm in a really uncomfortable position. For that long. I mean, even with Artemis, like that capsule, they have like a model, like a full scale model of that capsule on display in the courtyard area there, and that thing's huge compared to even like the Apollo capsule.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And like you look in the Apollo capsule and you're like, that thing's for 3 dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously when they docked with the lunar module, they had a little bit more room, but still not that much room.
Yeah.
Says Gemini, the cubic feet for the seating area. Total habitable cabin volume was 2.55 cubic meters, or around 90 cubic feet. This is roughly equivalent to the front seat of a small economy car for both dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
And then it's a fixed position. The astronauts were entirely confined to their individual ejection seats for the full duration of the mission. They could not stand up, not move around, and even during the famous 14-day endurance flight of Gemini 7. Damn.
And I think Gene Cernan was one of the first guys to do like EVA.
Yeah, he was first spacewalk.
Yeah, from Gemini. I think I'm pretty sure he did that with Gemini. But
and you saw that? You said you saw that exhibit, the little like where they have that glass screen in front of the Gemini capsule, and they show Gene Cernan getting tangled up in his.
No, I didn't see.
Oh man,
I didn't see that one.
It's over by the Hall of Fame, Astronaut Hall of Fame.
Okay.
That separate building. I think it's a separate building.
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
Yeah. And it shows like a augmented reality essentially of Gene Cernan, but you're looking at the physical capsule. So you're looking through glass. On the other side of the glass is the physical capsule, and then being projected onto the glass is Gene Cernan doing a spacewalk. And that was the one where it was a immediate lesson learned for NASA to put handholds on the outside of the capsules, because he like couldn't get back in for a second.
Yeah.
He was like getting tangled up on his tether.
They talk about that. There's a documentary that I've got called Last Man on the Moon.
Great doc.
They talk about that, like he couldn't get back in or get back to the capsule, and he's like floating around out there, like basically just attached to the umbilical, and had to do a whole
God, please
orbit.
don't unplug.
Well, yeah, I mean, he had to do basically a whole orbit around the Earth, just floating, and he could until he could get back in, and he had to go like obviously into night doing that. So you're just in pitch black, floating above Earth outside of the capsule.
Nerves of steel. Gene Cernan is such a badass.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like going out? You're going to do this first spacewalk with the tether in this UAV style suit, and you can't grab onto the capsule. Like your hands keep slipping. Like, oh my God, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like
absolute horror story.
It's a panic attack for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're working so hard, like to try to get. Like, I think his heart rate got up to like 170 just doing that. Yeah. So, but anyway.
I want to see how did they use the bathroom?
Depends.
They had to have done that.
I mean,
for that small.
Just think about that, like day 2, and you've got to go, and then it just festers for like the rest of the trip.
It says that the astronauts did not have a toilet in the Gemini spacecraft, and instead using the bathroom was a highly manual, uncomfortable, and crude process that took place directly in their respective seats. For urination, they used a flexible rubber cuff connected to a short hose, so they just literally peed into a funnel.
Okay.
And then for solid waste, they had to rely entirely on a fecal containment bag, which was a clear plastic pouch about a foot long with a sticky adhesive ring around the opening.
Yeah.
You just tape this to your O-ring and give it a good push.
Yeah. And
hope the tape sticks.
And you're like, just imagine having to go, but being constipated, and then being just like you're basically in like a tiny little like phone booth.
God,
having to, it's just that's got to be awful.
But sorry, I'm a little nervous up here.
Yeah. Well, then you're also weightless too, so you're like, I don't know, is the urge that much? I guess like.
Oh yeah, because you don't have gravity like pushing it out of you.
Yeah, true.
Really
not like going for a run in the morning and all of a sudden you get home and you're like, oh, I gotta.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the job for the poop collector, which we both, all three of us have had experiences with the old poo collector. With David and I at the NASCAR race, Nathan, you at the IMSA 6 hour.
Yeah.
Lots of that's got to be just.
When Artemis had issues
to,
with the toilet too, didn't they?
They did. I think it was the fan though in the toilet. Like it was not exhausting the.
He just went into a hot, sweaty mess.
Yeah,
stacking up in there.
That's one of those,
a lot like NASCAR or IMSA.
Yes,
that's one of those deals. Yeah, whoever was the quality control guy on the toilet, he's probably having to.
He's done.
Well, refine that design a little bit, or he's done. One of the two. But
But back to your trip. What would you say your overall top favorite thing among many things, of course? But what was the number one?
Number one was actually going to the Saturn V center. The bus trip was really cool too. I mean, right when we got there, we walked through the garden. We went right to we got a little bit of time before the bus tour, and we went and saw Atlantis, and that was really cool too. I had never seen a shuttle that close.
That's where you walk into the kind of the atrium, and they're talking about it, and then the screen comes up, and it's right there.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. It's like one of those, like both experiences I would say are very like you get a little emotional, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's Space Shuttle Atlantis, or holy crap, that's a Saturn V rocket. But I would say seeing the Saturn V was the best, and then the journey getting out to the Saturn V was a lot of cool. Was pretty cool too. So we did the Explorer tour. We went out to the VAB, and that was just again kind of like a surreal. Like I can't believe that's the vehicle assembly building.
Yeah.
and you're like right there. And they let us get out and walk around and take pictures too, so you didn't have to stay in the bus the whole time. And then I got to actually go to pad 39A and pad 39B. And they drove us out right to the actual pads and all that kind of stuff. We got to go to the other side of the pads. We first went to a visitor complex, which most of the tours will go to. But we got to go a little bit further beyond that and go right up close to the pads. So that was pretty cool. And then the last stop was the Saturn V, which is also where all of the bleachers are for all the launch viewing and all that kind of stuff. So you can buy a ticket. It's like $100 to go watch a launch. And that's where pad 39A's viewing area is. So
The official viewing spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
How far would you estimate is the grandstand area from the launch pad?
I think it's 4 or 5 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that's the total distance, but it's roughly. But yeah, we got out there and then they let us out of the bus, and it was a similar experience to the Atlantis display. So we got out of the bus, went into a room, they shut the doors, and they showed us like a video about Apollo and the journey to getting to Apollo, and then a tribute to Apollo 1. And then it really was then focused on like Apollo 8, like the first trip around the moon. And then they opened a set of doors up, and we go into another room that's an exact like replica setting of a basically launch control room.
Yeah.
From the Apollo days. And the chairs and the monitors that they have when you're looking straight ahead, they have like kind of like bleacher seating for you when you go in there, or auditorium seating, and you're looking ahead at an actual like full set from the old launch control room.
Yeah.
So that all of the monitors and everything, it's all original stuff. So pretty much a museum right there. And they go through the actual like a simulation of the Apollo 8 launch.
Okay.
Sweet.
And then as the Saturn V takes off, they like the windows, they make the seat rattle, the windows rattle, and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Once that's done, you go through another set of doors, and that's where the Saturn V is. So we got done with that tour, and it was kind of like take a deep breath. And it's literally like you open the doors, and all 5 Saturn engines are right there, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I think I said about 14 times. Holy shit.
It's like seeing Eclipse.
But yeah, it's just always have wanted to see one, and it was just kind of like, can't believe that's a Saturn V rocket. And then just walking back and forth, walking underneath the thing is just like I don't know. I knew it was big. I knew it was a massive rocket, the biggest rocket we had made, and you just can't really like put it into perspective unless you're actually physically there and you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, this thing is like an absolute mammoth. So that was really cool too. Plenty of video, took a lot of photos, and saw a lot of cool stuff. They had Jim Lovell's in-flight suit from Apollo 13 there.
Oh, really?
Gene Cernan's EVA suit from Apollo 17. So there was a lot of cool artifacts there too that you could go see in the vault. I think they call it Apollo Vault.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good trip. It went by quick, and we got there like 11:30, and they closed at like 5. So by the time we did the bus tour, which was a couple hours, and then the Atlantis visit, the Apollo visit, the whole day was done at that point. So I could easily spend a couple days in there. We didn't even get to go to the museum or the Hall of Fame or anything like that. So, and then we brought back some souvenirs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see the
pub.
I think let's grab some. Let's show the camera a couple of them.
Got some coasters.
Lovely.
Yep. Also got a hat from Kennedy Space Center too. So
Got me a
pretty
mission
cool.
patch.
Got you guys a mission patch
Sweet.
from the Artemis.
Awesome mission patch.
Artemis. So the double-sided patch that they brought to Artemis. So, but yeah, it was a really fun day. Like I said, it went by so quickly, and I could have spent another day there easily just going through that, but
Yeah.
well worth it. Like, especially the Explorer tour, being able to get out of the bus and actually walk around and see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that next time.
Yeah, it would be well worth a trip down there for an actual launch to go do that.
I would say when I was there, the thing that blew me away the most, or maybe not blew me away, but like maybe the most nostalgic, was seeing the Apollo, like the flight control room model or recreation that they have.
Yeah.
Just to your point, like they have all the computers set up just the way they are. Like when you watch Apollo 13, you're like, that's where they controlled everything. And those computers are just like, compared to what we use today, nothing. You know?
Yeah.
And that's how they controlled and communicated. That to me was, I don't know. I like it. It just kind of like struck a core with me, like, you know, thinking about Apollo 13 and like what they were doing, frantically working in that area to try and find a resolution to the issues they had. And I don't know. I thought that was really cool. But the
troubleshooting that took place there and the amount of stress everyone was under, just to like, there's a certain gravity to that room.
Yeah.
And obviously they conducted that troubleshooting effectively, got the Apollo 13 astronauts back. But yeah, it is a very special place. I want to go back and go do the tour out to the VAB, because when I was there, it was a similar situation where I was a little bit short on time, and I don't think they were even sending any more buses out that day.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see that. Did the Hall of Fame building and the other buildings there, the Atlantis
Same.
and all that, but
We didn't do the bus ride.
yeah.
But I would like to go back.
Well
'cause
worth it.
we just brought Mila. Emrys hasn't been yet, so
Oh yeah.
next
He'll
time
love
we're
it.
down there, we got to take him.
It's just a well organized and well put together facility. You know, a lot of great things there. It is the epicenter.
Did you
of
see like
space.
the Blue Origin building and the Virgin Galactic building?
Yeah, we saw both of those. And then SpaceX is making a little star base. It looks like exactly the same thing as the VAB for NASA's VAB. It's just black, just all black.
Well,
Of course.
So
it is.
they're building like essentially a VAB for the Starship. It's not completely done yet. It was kind of like a half-built Death Star looking
Yeah.
building when we drove by. But yeah, that would be. I was thinking while I was there, I'm like, that would be insane to be here when they're like wheeling Starship
Yeah.
over to the pad or
Oh,
something like
man.
that. The thing would be insane.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
We-
dun.
We got
Yeah.
to see there's two crawlers that they've got that they move the spacecraft out to the launch pad on, and we got to see a couple of those. They're actually the same. I believe they're the same ones that they've used during Apollo and all that kind of stuff. So those things are so big. There's actually like the guy, our tour guide said, like there's actually a cafeteria in there for the people who like work
Oh,
on
really?
those things. Yeah.
wow.
So they're
Well, they
like
only
mammoth.
move like a
Yeah.
foot a second
Yeah.
or something. Like it's some
Yeah.
and like we really think about it, like you don't want to jar that thing as you're bringing it out there.
No.
Right.
So it's got to move slowly, and it's on gravel. It's not on like
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on like Tennessee River rock kind of. It's a specific kind of rock that like dampens the vibration.
Okay.
And I tried to snag a rock, and I didn't wasn't able to get one. I did get a rock from the courtyard of the VAB.
nice.
So I don't know if it's native to the area or somebody just. Yeah, I don't know. But
For all you know,
I
though,
grabbed something.
that rock may have been there during the Apollo 8 launch.
Right.
Yeah. Could have been. And I mean, while we were there, the Artemis 3 rocket is actually in the building. The doors were shut, but that rocket's actually the
Oh,
main
shit.
The one they're going to use. yeah.
sections there. So that was pretty cool too.
You didn't try and like ship off a little piece of pad 39A, like get a piece of concrete from it.
No, I did not try to do that.
Let's bring a chisel up.
It crossed my mind, but the
Don't mind me.
yeah, I tried to get one of the rocks, and the bus driver for the tour guide actually had on the front dash of the bus multiple rocks. I
Oh,
was
yeah?
like,
That's awesome.
So he's definitely stopped to get one. But yeah, another thing I was struck by was just like at the visitor complex, for like the so basically it's called complex 39 for 39A and B, and you go and there's like a visitor station there with like they do a kind of like a simulation or demo of a fake Saturn engine launching. So we were there for a minute, but there's like a whole you can like walk up like 2 floors and look across at the VAB and the launch pad. And I was actually like, it's not that far away. Like it seems like in my head it was so much further away, and it is a couple miles, I think, a little bit more than maybe. But you can see in one view, you can see the VAB and the launch pad. And I thought, like I always envisioned it being a lot further away, like 4 or 5 miles away, but it's not far away at all.
Well,
It's
like
in
you
one
said,
view.
it's pancake flat too.
Yeah.
I mean, you get trees, but those buildings are so tall and those rockets are so big. You know, it makes things smaller.
Yeah,
Totally.
But until you get under the rocket, and then you're like, oh, shit.
yeah.
Maybe
this
it's
thing
not
is
so small.
enormous.
Yeah, just kind of cool. Like when you're at a place like that, and you're like all the history here, and all the people who have been here, and all the like all the moon missions left from that path. Like it's kind of crazy to think about. But
Yeah, a lot of exploration has found its start and origin at that exact spot, which is neat. And then you mentioned Artemis 3. That's another bit of news. The Artemis 3 crew was announced since we last recorded the names. Randy Bresnik, representing NASA.
Randy. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, we know Randy. Andre Douglas, mission specialist representing NASA. Frank Rubio, mission specialist, also from NASA. And then Luca Parmitano, the pilot,
Italy.
representing the European Space Agency.
Yeah.
Because it technically is a
Yeah.
collab.
Wait, they're handing the keys to a Euro?
Yeah, the pilot. The commander, though, is Randy, our
All right.
boy Randy.
Yeah, Randy. They're in good hands with Randy.
That target launch date mid to late 2027. So still quite a ways out. But that
and
is going
their mission is to go up and dock with the lunar lander.
Exactly. Yeah. Orion, it says Orion will spend roughly 2 days performing critical rendezvous and docking operations with test versions of the commercial human landing system, which will be specifically SpaceX's Starship and Blue Origin's Human Landing System, HLS test articles.
And their Artemis 4, though, is going to the moon, right? It goes from that to we're landing.
Yeah.
Yep. Artemis 4 is the lunar landing. It's kind of interesting. You know, we talked about this last time that both SpaceX and Blue Origin have the co-contract right now, sort of the bid to do the lunar lander. And at least based on what I'm reading here, SpaceX's like their idea is just Starship.
Oh,
Apparently. I thought it would be something much smaller, but Blue Origin's human landing system looks more like a traditional lander. It's like a little cube-looking thing.
Which we'll see about that now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure in the second half, because that's Blue Origin is in a little bit of a pickle, it seems. And then Bob Hines is our official backup crew member. Just doing Bob things.
Oh, Bob.
Just doing Bob things.
Just one. Just a guy named Bob as the backup.
Yeah. Good old Bob. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Artemis 3. I mean, Artemis 2 was such an amazing experience. We talked about that at length on the podcast. And 3 won't be out to the moon, but it will still be obviously highly critical, an imperative next step.
Yeah, it's a human launch on Artemis.
Yeah.
I mean, that again is historic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm actually, so I thought there was another, I think they're going to do Artemis 3, test the docking, all that kind of stuff of the 2 vehicles. And then I thought there was going to be there's another challenge I think that NASA's kind of set forth for as far as who gets the contract. And it's based on whether or not they can land their vehicle on the moon unmanned. And then whoever does that first, that's who they'll select for.
But they have to go up with the Artemis rocket to do so, or
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I've heard
it's like
I've
New
heard
Glenn
that.
versus Starship.
I have no idea. I've heard that being the case, that they're gonna basically, it's a competition to see who can land it unmanned on the moon.
That's right.
And then they'll go from there. But
Because it says Ezra and Artemis 4 is planned to be the landing mission. They're going to land on the lunar South Pole. They've prioritized 9 different landing sites throughout that region. The area is highly valued, however, because it is deep. It has its deeply shadowed craters, which contain vast deposits of water ice. So lots of exploration potential there. Says the landing crew is planned to spend approximately 1 week on the lunar surface.
Wow.
Damn.
That's quite a massive leap from the short stays of the Apollo era.
Yeah. What was the longest they spent in Apollo?
It's a good question.
Towards
2 days?
I think a 17. I think it was 3. I think
Okay.
like towards the tail end, I think it was a few days.
Okay.
I could be wrong there, but I thought it was.
How many orbits does the what would it be, the command module that's orbiting?
Yeah.
How many orbits do they do in the 3 days, let's call it?
That's also a good question. I don't know. You're talking like in the Apollo era?
Yeah.
That is a great question. I think let's see, how many orbits?
And so this particular command module for Orion can't orbit the moon at as low of an altitude as the Apollo command module could. So there's something with that as well. Like the way they're going to do this is it's similar, but a lot different at the end of the day from what Apollo had to do. Because apparently the Orion command module doesn't have enough thrust to get it back away from the moon if it goes too close, I've heard. So, yeah.
Looks like in the Apollo era, it was, at least for the landing missions, for 11, 12, and 14, it was 30 orbits, 45 orbits, and 34 orbits, respectively.
Wow. So
Michael Collins is just holding down the fort out there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? 45 orbits and you're just solo?
Yeah.
Yeah. The extended J-series science missions, which was the final 3, 15, 16, and 17, 74 orbits, 64 orbits, and 75 orbits.
Oh.
So Ron Evans of Apollo 17 holds the record for the most time spent in a lunar orbit, nearly 148 hours.
Oh, wow.
So you're just hanging out. That would be a weird place to be too. I was thinking about like even spending, multiple days on the moon in that Apollo era. You're taking the lunar rover out, you're doing your testing, whatever, and then it's like, all right, time to go back and crawl. A little slumber party here in the lunar lander.
Yeah.
It'd be a strange feeling to just go lights out.
Yeah, you're solo on the backside of the moon. That would freak me out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You need a bit of resolve to just stay on focus. I'd get distracted.
You can't talk to anybody. Your boys are down on the moon and you're just out there spinning around the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. It is man's greatest achievement.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Apollo 3 hopefully all stays on track for that, because it obviously is a critical situation and it needs to happen. They can't just go straight to the moon without rendezvousing with these potentials. So the thing that's a little scary is if they're going to try rendezvousing with perhaps both of those bids, and then they maybe take something away from that, some lessons learned, like, oh, this one was way better, this one wasn't. That obviously I think influences the bid too. But then it seems like if they're jumping from 3 to 4 going straight to the moon, it's like they've really only done one manned rendezvous test.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it surprises me that 4 is going to the moon to land.
Because and didn't they, like 3 originally was supposed to, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they added 3. They added like another mission in, essentially. So it'll be I think we'll all be following that quite closely through this next calendar year, just to see what happens. But
yeah, going back to just like the difference between this and Apollo, like they're gonna have to actually launch. This is what I've heard. They're gonna have to launch like a number of starships after Artemis launches to refuel it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'll just be like hanging out.
Yeah, it's just. I'll have to like do
Starship
a little bit more.
definitely has the contract for that part of it.
I think so. I think they're gonna be like the refueling.
Okay.
rig, but
yeah, they have like a special special edition starship. You know, like the one that is going to theoretically hold human beings, has like windows obviously on
Yeah.
the, and I think it holds 12 people. The render I've seen of like the special edition, it's solely up there as like a fuselage.
sponsored by Busch Light.
Yeah, it doesn't have the windows or anything. It's just like a non-manned version of
Okay.
the orbiter, with the sole purpose of being like a fuel station.
But even with that, the orbiter can't go low because it doesn't have the
Yeah.
power to break the
Yeah, it's
orbit.
there's something with like it doesn't have the thrust to get back away from the moon or something. If it goes the same altitude, like as far as the orbit is concerned, as like the Apollo command module did, it doesn't have enough oomph to get it back away from the moon or something like that.
Wow.
Or it would take too much power that they don't have. I guess So Smarter Every Day did a whole thing about this. I sent it to you, I think both of you guys, but he kind of goes into the detail because some of the stuff is a little bit odd, just the way that they designed some of this. And I know it's multiple different countries chipping in for this, so could have something to do with that. But it just seems like the refueling thing, and they apparently didn't know at the time that Smarter Every Day did his whole rant on the whole thing. They don't really know how many starships they're going to need to refuel. And then there's just a lot of things that seem like they're up in the air, and it might not be the case. They might actually have their shit together, and they know what they're going to do and how it's all going to work. But I mean, we're talking like, I believe 2028 or so that they wanted to land on the moon, and we still don't know who's the candidate for, like the official contract for the lander. That's just kind of strange to me. We're only a couple
they have
years
to
away.
be subsidized though.
Yeah.
I mean, because otherwise, if you're Elon or Bezos, you're like, wait, I'm putting billions into this project, and then if I don't get selected, it's just for nothing.
Oh yeah, I think
Well, I
I
mean-
think they're both fully subsidized for sure.
Yeah, you could use it for your own, whether it's Starship or New Glenn, but like, yeah, that would be kind of like, what's the incentive for us if I lose?
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, for both of I don't know what Blue Origin's long-term plans are, but obviously SpaceX is Mars, but
Blue Origins.
I don't know what their plan is.
Yeah, it'll be
penetrate the moon.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see too, because to the public eye, they've absolutely nailed it on Artemis 1 and 2. We know that to be true, but for some of these bigger question marks, it does feel like from a public eye's view, it's like shooting from the hip. Obviously, they keep stuff secret,
and whatever they do is going to be the first time they've done it, because it's not like Blue Origin or Starship are going up regularly.
No.
We'll get into it in the second half with Blue Origin.
Yeah,
but and Starship for that matter, but neither one of them is going up regularly. It's going to be a new mission for them when they do it.
Yeah, and the 2028 timeline, it just like that's really not that far, right? I mean, I have projects at work that I'm working on that have a deadline of 2028.
You're 18 months out,
and I'm like, you're thinking about the extent of that mission.
Yeah,
all the things that they need to do and test. I could foresee some delays inevitably, but we'll see. I mean, like we've always said, NASA was in the shadows for a long time. They were still sending dudes up on the Soyuz to the ISS, and it kind of felt like there was just not a lot going on. And then all of a sudden, boom, they come out with Artemis 1 and absolutely crush it, and they're right up into the forefront of everything again. So, yeah, we'll see. But that'll be a good place for a break, I think. An Underberg break.
Give me a Berg.
Berg break presented by Underberg, our very good friends.
Give me a Berg and a sweater.
The most famous bitters in all the world. After a good meal to feel bright and alert, or after the first half of a podcast to get you into the second half. We'll be back in a few after we consume a few Bergs of our own. Cheers.
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 Do you hear that, folks? That's the sound of bees. It's a familiar sound, and it's the sound of bees enjoying honey. And it's not the honey that you go from the store with the little teddy bear. That teddy bear is overrated. You got to get yourself some Michigan Bee Co.
Pure raw honey like David's got sitting in front of him.
You guys can't have any of my Michigan
No.
Bee Co. honey.
A live taste
I have
test
a
right
little
here.
sample. Look at this.
He's going
He's digging in.
Both hands.
This is the pure raw honey that the bees enjoy. Just as the co-host of Eclipse on Tap, and you should as well.
So good.
Michigan Bee Co. 4th generation beekeeper John Evers. He knows what he's doing.
Since 1922.
It's unfiltered. It's good. It's raw. It's what the bees enjoy.
Get some at any local proprietor,
Yes.
Meyer, or any of your local markets.
Ooh.
Correct. Number 3. Welcome back to the second half of episode 94 here in early July. Fireworks are going off in the background. It's 4th of July. It's 96 degrees.
I found a blanket.
Nathan's got a blanket because Pub 39A is a bit chilly, but that's a good thing. That means your AC is really working nice.
It is working very nice. I'm going to knock on wood too, just, but
Yeah.
it's working good here. Yeah. It's feeling good down here. I usually, if I come down here and watch a movie, I need a blanket. So
Yeah.
bad problem, or it's a good problem to have this time of year when it's especially hot in the mid to upper level of the house. So
Yeah, a nice reprieve for sure.
yeah, for sure. So,
But yeah, we've just consumed our Underberg, our Berg Break presented by Underberg, the most famous bitters in all the world. A lovely,
got 3 more on
lovely
deck
one.
too.
I will say too, if you're an Underberg fan, quick plug. A few episodes ago, we interviewed Dr. Hubertina Underberg-Ruder, the Underberg, and definitely check that episode out. I feel like that episode has not gotten people don't know about it, right?
It hasn't gotten the traction it
Yeah,
deserves.
she is an amazing person. We had a great interview with her. I'm sure we'll probably talk to her again at some point, maybe around the holidays or something. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
To do like a little end of year
Yeah.
podcast. But we're back, episode 94, and as you can see on the video, we have an Artemis Lego that David recently constructed.
Yep. With my lovely wife, we spent a Saturday morning building it together with I think we had some coffee and some bacon and eggs over here on the actual bar at Pub 39A. And
Was JB on board, or was she just
Oh, no,
there
she
for
was-
the ride?
no, she was having fun.
All right.
Yeah, we were having fun. So
Right.
It's hard
I
not
s-
to have fun when
Yeah.
whilst building a Lego.
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
because the way that these are put together, I mean, with like doing the F1 cars and all that, they're just like they keep you going the whole time because like every page you go through, there's something else that you're like, I wonder what this is. I
Yeah.
wonder what this is. Then
Yeah.
you just makes
Oh,
it
we're doing the
interesting.
module now. All right.
Yeah. It makes it interesting, so you're not just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And it is an interactive Lego.
It is a
So-
interactive Lego. So I saw this they had one on display at the Lego store at the mall, and I did not get it there. I ended up ordering it, but yeah, it was worth it.
It's a nice display piece.
It is. It goes well with the Saturn.
I'm a big
5.
fan.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
fan. It's been cool to see all of the space stuff that Lego has done over the years. It seems to be
They've
like
been doing a lot of really cool projects.
yeah. They did the recently they did it was like a fully like functional like road bike. Did you see that?
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Lynn sent that to
Oh,
me.
really?
It has like a
Yeah.
shifter and a crank and everything. It's
You
pretty
can
cool.
actually shift.
It's like one of their Lego Technic
Oh,
Mhm.
type things. But yeah, it, like functions.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
think it's
road
like
bike.
the F1 car style, like in that series of
really?
Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that came out recently. I don't know if it was done in collab with a brand, or if it was just like a kind of a basic looking aero
Yeah,
bike or something,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Lego brand or something. But yeah, and we were just actually talking about the Tour. The Tour de France is about to start. It's going to be an interesting year.
We've placed our bids.
We need to do fantasy also while we're thinking about it.
we should do fantasy.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
I did that last year. Uncle Greg had a like with I don't know, a group of guys from his like team or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, can you put together a team for me?" We finished second, but now that I understand how the points work, I think I could do better because
Yeah.
I was. It's like any other fantasy where like, all right, here's the 5-star guys, here's the 4-star guys, here's the 3-star guys, and you get to pick like 1 5-star, 2 4-stars, 3 3 stars,
Yeah.
all the way down. now that I understand the way that the points work, because it's not, I mean, it is based on GC, but it's also based on like stage wins. It's based on point sprints. It's like, it is a lot of fun to get into that kind of thing.
Yeah, we should do that as a team, I think.
We totally should.
What's that through? What app?
There's a couple of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was.
Because there's another one.
I think the Tour de France even does
Yeah.
it on their app.
They have they have their own version, and then there's a couple of others. One of them I think is like like if we had all as members of the Eclipse on Tap team join, let's say we had 8 or 10 of us, everyone gets like $1 million of money, play money, right? And then like similar to what you were describing with 5-star, 4-star, instead of it being stars, it's like salaries essentially. So like you can sign, if you want Tade, you can do that, but you're going to be taking a chunk of your change.
And then like some of them will allow you, like, all right, let's say they're doing Von 2 and you want to trade off like, you know, a sprinter Phillipson, you can like trade him off for the day and get like Ben Healy or whatever, because like he's got an outside chance at winning that stage, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes it interesting. It's kind of like fantasy football. Like you can like bench certain guys, bring them in, bring in other specialists for that stage, and then
When does the tour start? Right,
this weekend.
Yeah, is it tomorrow or is it Saturday or is it Sunday?
Saturday, I think.
Oh, so we better
get
Team
this
time
thing.
trial.
I'll look it up real quick because
together.
And isn't the first stage like thousands of miles away from France?
They're in Spain, I believe.
Okay, I thought maybe it was next year, 2027.
27, I believe that one starts in Wales.
That's cool. Let's see, TDF 26 start date.
We should
location. So it starts tomorrow. So we should get this.
It starts tomorrow?
Yes.
Friday?
No. Sorry, I'm mixing my days up. It starts on Saturday, so we have a day. We have 1 day to plan.
All right, 1 day to plan.
It is in Barcelona, Spain. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I thought there was one course that was starting. Maybe it's like a Vuelta or something.
Still, Barcelona's not too close to.
No, I think it's a team time trial. I think they're starting on the
Well, they're bringing
Spanish
back the
GP.
team time trial.
Yeah,
and it's only 20K.
Oh,
yeah.
20K.
I think they start at the Spanish GP track.
That's sweet.
Barcelona.
Yeah, the 113th Tour de France begins Saturday, July 4th. So yeah, tomorrow we'll get the fantasy thing going. See if we can get some EOT guys.
All right, just off the cuff, what team's going to win the Team TT?
I honestly, shame on me probably, but I have not been paying attention to the cycling world enough to know other than like Visma, Jumbo Visma, is that still a team?
Jumbo Lisa bike, yeah.
Lisa
yeah,
bike.
it's like Visma Lisa
Or
bike.
Jumbo's
like,
not a part of it.
maybe the Red Bull. Bora
That's what
Red
I'm
Bull.
thinking.
Yeah,
You
honestly,
got Remco, you got Lipowitz, you got Jai Hindley. I think they will win it.
I think they will too. That was gonna be my guess, is the Red Bull team. I think that UAE has a pretty good shot too, because Tade's been TTing really well.
Yeah, they just don't have like the hardcore specialists like Red Bull type team.
Wout's not in there.
No.
Yeah. That's a huge loss
Big
for
loss.
them. Yeah, he broke his elbow or something?
No, he crashed in training and then the elbow got infected and he ended up in the hospital.
Brutal. He's had some rough luck over the years.
He has.
But yeah, it'll be a really interesting start with the Team TTT.
Yeah.
Or the TT
I think that's
team.
fun though, because like it's not like the postal days where it's like, all right, Lance is the best time trialist, they're gonna win it. It's like Remco's the best TTer. And I don't know if Ghana's doing the tour or not.
I think he is.
He did the Giro, didn't he?
Mhm.
Okay. So he's doing Giro and tour.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. And then that Ineos has got motors. So I'm not accusing them of having motors in their bikes.
Okay,
but,
just think
Motor doping.
Yeah. But they've got like strong men. So they could put down. But it also comes down to like the course too. Like, did you see the TT in Tour de Suisse? Where Tade beat Matthew Van Der Poel by like
I saw 0.3.
Yeah, some ridiculous margin.
Yeah.
And how tight that was. So like you also have to take that into consideration. If it's like a super tight technical TT, then all right, who's strong and who's a good bike handler? Because it's not all about just raw power, in
Totally,
those kinds of situations.
Yeah, it's like who can stay up.
Yeah,
because there might be a crash or two.
Right.
But then
push it too far and go over the edge.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how it pans out. I feel like we were talking about Paul Sextus as sort of he'll definitely win the white jersey for best young rider.
Yeah,
but I feel like they
If he
don't really
stays
have
upright.
a team around him.
Well, they've got that Matthew Riccatello who's American.
Oh yeah, that kid.
And
he's good.
I don't know if Felix Gall's doing the tour.
Good climber.
Yeah,
maybe they do.
They've got some depth. I mean, he's got the support. It's just what is he, like 18?
He's
18,
super young.
maybe 19.
Yeah,
imagine you're a Frenchman doing your first ever Tour de France, and you're like the hope of the country of making the podium.
They've had many of those.
Many hopes. Yeah,
but I think he's
legit.
Yeah, like when you compare him to like Bardet or Thibaut Pinot or Julien Alaphilippe.
Thibaut Pinot.
When you compare him, he's much more of a legit contender.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he's like
it's been a while since they've had a shot.
He's cut from the Tadej Jonas cloth.
Yeah,
like he's legit.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see.
The mountains are going to be real interesting.
Yeah,
because you got so many hitters and so many climbers in the mountains.
They haven't had a winner
since
Okay, yeah.
What was that, like 87?
I honestly love Bernardino. He's awesome, I think.
The Badger.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
We need to bring back the nicknames too.
Yeah.
The Badger, the Cannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just start making them. Making colloquial names, and they'll stick. Hopefully,
we need to make them within EOT too.
Yeah,
for
sure.
And then
what's Jeremiah?
I do check. Like I think
the
it's
mouth.
It's more out of it's more out of habit, but I do check cycling news on occasion just to see what's going on. And like, one of the things that was brought up is that this could be Tadej's 5th win.
Yeah,
and they list all these guys off, and they don't list Lance in the group, and I
total bullshit.
And I thought I'm like, the reason I started riding bikes was because of the guy that you're not even including on that list, and it's just, and I don't know, I
feel like at minimum he should be, even if they wanted to put an asterisk next to it, like still list him.
I still listen, like every day during the tour. I listen to the Move recap because I just want their input, because he's a 7-time winner, and then you got George Hincapie and Johan Brunel, who was their director.
Yeah,
I just want their input on like what happened during the stage. What do they think of the tactics? What do they think of
for sure
everything about the race? And I think, honestly, I think the Move is probably one of the most listened to podcasts for tour and any other race coverage, and it's because you're getting their perspective on it rather than just cycling journalists.
What's interesting about the Move too, as of at least last year, they have the podcast, but then they also were like the official like after show of the NBC Sports broadcast.
That was interesting.
So it's this dude is in cycling news not listed, and then yet he's the official after show. Like it's just messy. I don't know. It seems silly.
At a certain point, I mean, it's been talked about millions of times, but like you can't find a clean guy to award it to. Just give it back to him. Like,
there's no one in that top. I mean, I honestly think like the whole field probably was doping.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
absolutely.
So, I don't know. And I don't even think the guys today are 100% clean, honestly.
I mean,
but I think there's something somewhere somebody's doing. But
I love watching Tadej. The level that he is at, though, you're just like,
it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's like it seems
either really impressive or really sketchy,
beyond belief at times. Like he goes out and does 3 hours at like 350 watts.
Well, not only that, but the way he's winning, like the way that Lance won would be like, all right, 3K from the finish, he attacks and he goes. Tadej takes off at like 70K, and just rides away from everybody. Like, that's way more sketchy, really, on the surface than what Lance did.
The one thing is, earlier this year, I can't remember which there was a couple of races, not necessarily tune-up races for the tour per se, but like post classics, pre Grand Tour, and like UAE Tour, I think was one of them, maybe. And Tade would do that like he normally does. He would attack 40K out or whatever, and there was always one guy that was with him, and it was Paul Sextus.
Yeah.
Every day, so. And then at the end, Tade would pull away, but the dude was right there. Like and
he's come under criticism for being right there and taking pulls with him, because everybody's like, why the hell would you pull with Sextus or with Tade?
Yeah,
just sit on him,
just let him
stay on longer, and then fight him for the win.
Yeah,
but
somebody's launching some fireworks.
Yeah,
some poppers out there.
Tour de Suisse, like stage 1, it was supposed to be I think a sprint stage because it was kind of hilly or whatever. Intermediate sprint comes and Tade rolls off the front solo and then he ends up catching the break or going past them or whatever, just soloing it in from like 70K out, which,
oh man,
for me as a observer, that's more entertaining. I'd rather see that, he's got 3 minutes on him. Is he going to be able to hold him off, or is he going to get caught? Then waiting for the final 3K.
Yeah, it is highly entertaining. And he is certainly making a name in that greatest of all time conversation, if indeed it is.
Well, he's closing in on Merckx's number of monuments and then Cav's number of stage wins. He's way above Cav's pace for stage wins. And what Cav got that 2 years ago?
Yeah,
when he got
2 years ago,
the final stage.
That was incredible
to overcome Merckx. And it's just a matter of time. Does Tade keep going and take it over, or does he get bored and just say, I'm done?
He has in the public setting a couple of times. He has said I can't do this that much longer.
Yeah,
I think he's got he'll probably do maybe one more Olympic cycle or something.
Yeah, he's contracted through 28, so the LA Olympics, he'll still be racing.
I could see him retiring shortly after that.
But he's still only, what is he, 27?
I don't even think he's 30. Yeah, I think it would be an early retirement.
He would be. I think he would probably be about 30-ish or so.
Yeah.
But if he's just I can't live like this anymore.
As a fan, I would rather see him retire at 32 or something and be done than was just announced Chris Froome retiring at 41.
Yeah.
And it's you haven't even known that he's riding the last 3-4 years.
He's become a dust in the wind.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate based on his peak and everything. But yeah, I agree. The dudes that hang around too long, you're just
hang it up.
Froome, he wasn't the same ever since that crash right before.
That bad
well,
one.
same with Bernal.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. After his crash, he wasn't the same.
Yeah, he's had a little pseudo comeback last couple of years, but he's not the same.
He's got to be getting older now too.
Yeah, he's got to be over 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting, and just really the overall fall from grace that Ineos has taken.
Yeah,
it's just not the same as it used to be. But yeah, it'll be fun. We should do not only the fantasy, but we should.
All right, that's my assignment tonight after the podcast. I'm going to send out.
Yeah, we'll do
for the
some
fantasy
perusing. We got to get people to sign up quick, and then is it like a draft? Is it a live?
No. You just pick at least the one that I did with Greg last year. It didn't matter if you picked Wout,
you could have Wout too.
I could still have Wout.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
because if it was a draft and the person that gets first draft takes Tade, then they're gonna win.
No. It was all right, you get one of these 4 riders, 2 of these 10 riders, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it didn't matter who had them or whatever. It was just you pick your choices. But we definitely need to do that. That would be fun during the tour.
Yeah, if we can even just get a few. At the end of the day, even if it's just the 3 of us, if literally no one clicks on the link and everyone's kind of slow to the trigger on the fantasy, it'd be fun just to do the 3.
Yeah,
it's a fun way to gives a different perspective on watching and all that. So
you guys get talking. I'm gonna get a fantasy league going for us.
Yeah, do a little research there. But yeah, we'll transition it back to space news, because one of the things that we alluded to quite a bit in the first half was the Blue Origin issues, the the Jeff Bezos Penis project. Blue Origin was riding high with their New Glenn rocket, which is their Starship competitor.
Yep.
Their Artemis competitor in a way, I guess you could call it. Very large, heavy lift rocket, and in 2 launches had pretty great success from a test perspective. And then in a recent hold down test, so not even a launch, the launch was to happen about a month after this issue. But May 28th, 2026, actually, you were down. That's when you were at the Cape, wasn't it? Or just after? Or something?
It was.
No, you were there.
I was there.
You were there.
Yeah, it was like probably about 3-4 days before we went to the Cape.
And they said it was visible into like the Orlando area.
Oh, okay, I didn't see it.
I mean, it looked like a fucking nuke went off.
Yeah. So it was their New Glenn rocket suffered this absolutely massive explosion during a hold down test. It was fully fueled. And
What the hell are they using to hold it down?
I know. I wonder that all the time with any of the hold downs.
Yeah.
Like you think about just the insane amount of thrust and torque and everything. That's just it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's also like when they do the hold down, not I guess they wouldn't be hold down tests, but the static fire tests where they'll do the boosters. SpaceX does this all the time, where it's like one of the Raptor engines, just a single one, and it's horizontal, and they've got it bolted down. I'm like,
what's holding it there?
I don't know. That's crazy. But the static fire test, the first stage booster, affectionately named "No, It's Necessary." That's the name of the booster.
That's. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's a terrible name.
Yeah, that's
I want to
cringy.
be Elon.
Yeah.
No, it's necessary, he says. It was being prepped for a June launch, and then just seconds into the hold down test, something happened. The entire 188-foot first stage caught on fire, started to tilt, collapsed, exploded like a nuclear bomb, and the whole pad is fucked. Like and then in this article was saying too, like how they're like trying to spin it publicly, like, oh well, this is like a lessons learned opportunity. We're gonna pivot. This is they're going to a different style launch pad, and they're gonna just like pivot. And then like the critic, like everyone is being quite critical of them, being like, I don't know, guys, like I don't know about that. Like this was a bad situation. It just let it be bad. Like thankfully no one was hurt, no one was killed, because it was just a static fire. But it's not. I don't think this is one of those like, well, glass half full,
Yeah.
No, this is not good. So I don't know what's going to be going on over there. I mean, they obviously have the endless amount of funds, just like SpaceX does.
Just keep ordering your Amazon overnight deliveries, and they'll be fine.
Yeah,
this wasn't like one of those backyard works bombs that you set off with a 2-liter bottle. This is a much bigger explosion. I mean, the initial comments were like, we had an anomaly, or like I think the initial statement from them was like, we found an anomaly.
Did you see the footage?
You don't say.
Did you see the footage of like the boats out on the Atlantic Ocean?
No.
Oh, it was like daylight.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
yeah.
That was
like
insane.
These dudes are on boats, and all of a sudden it's like daylight because the explosion was so freaking big.
Yeah, it was. The pad was completely destroyed. That article also talked about the 600-foot lightning rod that was a part of that pad was completely toppled down. Just an absolute disaster. Complete catastrophe.
Sorry about that.
Just
clean up aisle 4.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
So
no, they did not let us go over to that launch site during the
crater
Explore tour.
Yeah, I was gonna say the crater that exists there now has got to be massive.
Yeah.
Oh
no, I didn't see. And when we were there, we didn't get. When you first enter into like the Cape Canaveral area, Blue Origin's very prominent, like their buildings and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't see anything else.
Were you tempted to get any Blue Origin swag?
No, actually.
SpaceX?
They're gonna take it.
I just wanted Apollo, NASA stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in any SpaceX or anything like that. They had plenty of it there. But,
yeah, I remember going into the gift shop and they have like the Blue Origin section.
Yeah,
SpaceX and the Virgin Galactic.
Watch Jeff Bezos with his glass half full mentality start doing like merch for this anomaly. Whoops,
A blowing up penis on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Just an explosion. Don't worry, Amazon will
Don't
fix
worry. The penis erupted.
We've got a new launch pad being delivered via Prime. It's fine. 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the large majority of the space news, this aerospace engineers, all the community, I guess, seems pretty critical of their quick pivot approach. It's not like I think NASA, certainly, if this ever happened to them, you could argue, I don't know about SpaceX so much, but certainly NASA, they would be like, this was a disaster. We are in like damage control mode, and we're figuring out what the hell happened. And that's the response that they would give. They wouldn't be like, well, it was an anomaly.
Yeah.
And we're pivoting. They even said in this article that they plan to launch New Glens with their backup boosters within the calendar year still. You're like, on the pad that is a crater? Or?
What's the point? Like, just pump the brakes, folks.
Yeah,
let's
just pump the
reevaluate.
Let's
what
let
we
the
need to
concrete dry a minute.
Yeah. And actually, I was actually pretty impressed the way that they've kind of like, I guess, progressed with the different vehicles that they've had over the last like 3 years or so. When they came out with New Glenn, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
Things, and it seemed reliable too. So now, unfortunately, we have an anomaly.
Yeah, just don't light any fires around it. Other than that, it works great. Like,
yeah,
it just
no smoking within 400 miles of it.
Yeah, because it uses a different style fuel than both Artemis or Starship.
Makes it the glowing.
Yeah, it's like blue when it launches. The flames are like a different color, and
they burn methane.
It certainly made an enormous explosion. Like they said, it was like the biggest explosion, like straight up, not like just space stuff, just in general, in like the last 10 years or something.
Yeah,
it's just insane. So absolute disaster. We'll see how they recover. If you're Jeff Bezos, they're making it seem like it'll be fast, but I don't know. With them, as we were alluding to in the first half, with the co-contract to get this lunar lander done.
Let's focus on that.
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Plus, you got to look at Prime Day just happened too. There's a lot of stuff he's got going on.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy man. So,
and then the thing we were talking about it too on the break. That particular what would have been the third flight of New Glenn was going to take a payload. I think it may have been for the first time that it was more than just a test, that it was actually going to do something. And it was taking up a load of Bezos's version of Starlink, essentially. You're like, why do we need that?
We don't need more. We don't. I'm sorry.
No.
Right now, Starlink, I mean, if you look at that
Elon's
map,
got that under control.
The map is like kind of crazy looking when you consider all of the Starlink. It's like completely a web around the entire planet. And if you look at that from the glass half full, yeah, it's cool. Communities that never would have had access to the internet now can have it, which could be good. I don't know, depending on how you look at it. But for like the growth of a third world country or something, maybe that's a good thing. But why do you need a second network? Like he got there first.
Not only that, he's been there for how many years?
Yeah, many.
And you're trying to play catch up.
They're launching Falcon 9s with Starlinks like it seems like on the weekly basis. Like those things are going up like it's nobody's business.
So is that his plan though? Is that the Bezos plan? Is to
Conquer
have
the world?
another?
He's like Dr. Evil.
He is like Dr.
No,
Evil.
is the plan to actually do the same thing as Starlink then?
I think it was called there's like a code name for the project. It was
Star Blink.
1 billion.
The Alan Parsons Project.
Oh man, the satellites are called. Where was it? I thought it was in this article. Maybe it wasn't, but yeah. Oh, the Project Kuiper, Kuiper, internet satellites. That's Amazon's project. 48. They were going to do 48 of those. It's like, well, Elon has how many?
4,800.
How many Starlink?
I mean, maybe more than that. I mean,
I wonder how like low orbit those are, or like where they are, because there. You think of all the other stuff that's already there. That's just junk floating around.
I
mean,
think
that's
about
just-
that all the time with launches. Like, how do they find a window where they're not going to hit some of this shit?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
the Project Kuiper satellites, they were going to launch 48, right?
Yep.
Wow, cool. SpaceX has 10,742 active Starlink satellites.
Jesus.
That's just too many.
And Bezos is going to launch 48. Yeah.
The interesting thing about those is that they're saying those actually will crash into Earth. Like, they don't have a long lifespan. They go
They'll
up.
burn up.
5 years, it
Yeah,
says.
it's like 5 years, and then they like slowly orbit back in and burn up.
Yeah, it says they have a lifespan of about 5 years. They intentionally burn older or failing models into Earth's atmosphere to prevent space junk.
So do they have thrusters on them to like burn them up, like send them back into orbit,
I
or
don't-
send them back into
I don't
atmosphere?
know. I don't think they have anything because they're just like those little
I mean,
wings.
10,000 of them.
It's
Elon,
insane.
just give us a good like, give us a summer night where you just, hey, we're gonna nuke 2,000 of these. Get outside. You're gonna see shooting stars everywhere.
Yeah.
Or coordinate them all so it's like a drone show.
just come on, give us something.
Oh man.
I have yet to see Starlink go by. Like
Oh,
it's
it's
crazy.
cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
I caught it up north. I think I put it on my Instagram, but when you see them, you're just like, wait oh shit, just like it's like a train. Yeah.
I guarantee you we'll find it if we stay out at Grattan one night. We could see some for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's 10,000 of them.
They
out
come
there.
by all the time, and it is crazy to see the train. This is crazy too. The perspective. Starlink alone accounts for 60% of all active satellites currently orbiting the planet
Holy
Earth.
cow.
And those, what is that? It's like been
When you see those
maybe 8 years.
diagrams of like from, call it the 19 when was the first satellite? Like late 50s, early 60s?
Yes, like the Sputnik type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, here's Earth, and then they show like, all right, you got a satellite going around it. And then like you go into the 80s and there's like a little bit of traffic, 90s, more traffic. And then all of a sudden you get to
couple
like
hundred.
2020, and Earth looks like it's just being swarmed by
Yeah.
satellites.
You can't even like the grid. I've seen that video where it's like the green dots or
Yeah.
red dots or whatever, and they're just like complete. You can't even see the planet anymore via like that,
Right.
that overlay.
Like there's so much shit floating around our planet.
It's wild.
How do
It's
they
wild.
launch something and know that they're not going to like just rip into like Starlinks?
It's crazy. It says that they currently have approval from the FCC to deploy up to 15,000, but they have filed international paperwork expressing their long-term goal of scaling up to 42,000. Why? I don't get it.
How
Everybody's got internet that I know.
I know.
just trying to get a feel for how big these things are. Are they like the size of a school bus or like
I think they're like the size of like probably like your pub area, like I don't know, 10 by 10.
It says for size-wise, for a Starlink satellite,
Yeah.
they are 13.5 feet wide and a few inches thick. The total wingspan is 100 feet tip to tip.
so
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty
a
big.
comparison to a human.
They
Yeah.
weigh about the same size as an average smart car. Smart car.
It's essentially just a big
Smart cars are heavy.
Yeah.
It looks like just a big solar panel.
1,800 pounds. I guess, yeah, that would be, that's probably like the size of a normal car, right?
1,800 pounds is light.
For like a
Like-
normal car, that would
But
be
like a
normal.
battery car.
Yeah,
like a
the battery
Tesla.
alone is like 1,000.
Yeah.
Or maybe even more.
Yeah. Like a Tesla truck is like 10,000 pounds because the
Insane.
fucking batteries on it.
Insane. I've seen a bunch of those recently, and I think obviously this is as a result of in Grand Rapids, there's that Tesla service station over on
Mhm.
29th. In the last like week, I've seen 3 or 4 Cybertrucks on tow trucks going to that. Like
Yeah.
if I go to Chipotle or something,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're just like having issues or what, but
There was a ton of those at Cape Canaveral.
yeah.
Wouldn't be my first choice.
Cybertrucks out there. So
I mean, love Elon, but that wouldn't be my
No.
first choice. In
my
vehicle.
my buddy Eric had one. He ended up selling it though, but yeah, I think it was just like not used like a daily. Is that really like a daily driver? You know, it kind of feels
No,
silly
no.
to
Yeah.
drive this dumpster looking thing. dumpster on wheels. It's an interesting vehicle, but yeah, a little too out there. I think.
I don't
for
think I've
most.
ever seen one with like the bed filled with something.
Right.
Like, you see pickup trucks all the time, lumber,
Hell yeah.
you know, lawnmower, whatever.
Yeah, that's my Cummins diesel right there.
Yeah. A Cybertruck, I always see the bed like closed. I've never seen one like actually hauling anything.
Oh no, yeah, I've never seen it. There. Speaking of like trucks and stuff, I saw a video. It was really interesting. I kind of thought it would be like one of those stupid kind of like clickbaity style videos that didn't really pan out to anything. Where they're like, hey guys, today we're doing this, blah blah blah. One of those ended up being really funny and cool. They swapped into, you know, those Japanese key trucks, KEI, those like tiny little. It looks like a
mini truck.
like a mini truck.
Mark and I asked for that for Father's Day.
Yeah, those little mini. They're you can import them from Japan for like 10 grand.
Didn't get delivered.
Oh,
But yeah, a lot of people will import them and then just remember that one that we saw that was like outfitted with a bike rack and everything.
Yeah.
I think that was at.
I tried talking David into getting one.
Yeah, they're cool. The little flatbeds.
Yeah.
So they swapped in a full blown like Ram 3500 Cummins power diesel, and obviously like in the front, there's no way in hell that that's gonna fit.
Yeah.
So they
You
mounted
basically have
it.
to like sit on the motor.
They mounted the entire Cummins power diesel in the bed. It filled up the entire bed, and then they had this really unique like crankshaft thing that essentially like the output of the motor was facing towards the back of the truck, and then you're like, well, that's normally where the crankshaft would be to drive the wheels. They had it like this weird like worm gear thing that bent down and around and then connected back to the underside of the vehicle, and it worked. And they had like the giant like rolling coal, you know, like exhaust pipes going.
Yeah, America 20 or 250.
They painted it like candy red color, and it was hilarious. The little bit of acceleration, the thing just immediately pops a wheelie. It was funny. I'll have to find the video.
Rolling coal.
Yeah, and it was just blasting. Yeah, black smoke at the top.
You did try to get me to buy. You sometimes still mention it.
I do.
The
Well,
little key trucks.
Mark and I have been on that because like we've got yard projects that we've been working on. It was coming up on Father's Day, and we're like, ladies, this would be a really nice Father's Day gift for, you know, we just park it in between the houses because our neighbor parks cars everywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll just park in front of his house. You know, pick up a, you know, couple of yards of mulch or
It'd be so much fun to
topsoil or whatever it is.
Yeah.
drive that thing
Just
out to
take that
Grattan.
thing over to Lowe's and load it up. Come on back.
If you buy a key truck from a U.S. dealer or private seller who's already gone through customs and titling, you will generally pay between $6,000 and $12,000.
I saw, yeah.
Not
mean,
that much.
They're not bad. If you get them new though, here, like there are people that want like 20 grand for them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's a glorified like golf cart essentially.
Yeah, it's like an ice cart or
Yeah, it's
like
like
a
it-
NASCAR.
Yeah.
It literally is. It's like
That's
exactly
what they haul,
it is,
like
yeah.
the ice mobile.
The ice wood truck.
yeah. But it would be so handy. I mean, hey, David, you got something you need picked up? I'll just swing over on the mini truck and grab it for you and
Let's go, JB. We're going out to dinner tonight.
buckle up, sweetheart.
It would be fun to like have like one that you kind of outfitted. Like the
Taking
one that we
Mickey
saw.
Diz in our mini truck.
I can't remember where it was. I think it was after. It was definitely. I think it was Arcadia Grit and Gravel or something. I don't remember. We saw it in the parking lot, and the dude had like a.
Oh,
like
he
a
had it
nice back.
pimped out.
Yeah, he had it
Yeah.
totally like nicely painted. He had the bike rack in the back with the bikes all stacked up, and it was sweet. It made me jealous.
Can you imagine getting hit by
No,
No,
I
a
would
semi
yeah.
truck in that thing?
That
No.
would be a bad
Disaster.
done. Absolute like 0 safety rating. There's no.
But practicality rating, right
yeah,
up
like
there.
does it even have airbags? I don't.
If
No, I
you
don't
owned,
think so.
I could see like if we owned Grattan Raceway and we needed something to just
We'd have a
jump
fleet
around.
of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell, we might even have them race out there.
You could put plows on them and plow the track in the summer or in
Yeah.
the winter. I mean,
But I think, honestly, I think that could be our destiny. Buying Grattan and getting a little mini truck.
Fleet of mini trucks.
yeah,
They'd be
mine-
like little Starlinks, but they'd be our little mini fleet.
It'd be like going to one of those like redneck tracks where they race like school buses.
Oh yeah.
We race mini trucks.
I kind of want to go to the Berlin. They do that at Berlin in September, I think, when they maybe it's one of the last races, but after they convert it to dirt, they do the school bus race.
Yeah.
I want to go to that.
I
think that'd be fun.
They'll like put a jump on the track, and you can like run through like a fifth wheel camper if you want. Like you can either go around it or you can like take the jump and go through it.
The other thing that
I don't fucking school bus.
I think they do this at Berlin. Maybe it's at another similar type track, like a Berlin-esque track. But I saw a video. It's like, speaking of our, Ram 3500, I was just describing. It's like a big truck like that, a Ram, whatever. But it's pretty beat up, and it has a trailer that would be something that you would like trailer a car, right? And so that is like the pace car essentially. So you have this truck with the trailer, and it's got the little ramps when you would typically put that down to tow a car. It's got them down, and it's just driving around, and then everybody that's racing is just trying to get on the trailer, and then whoever does it successfully is the winner. So they're all like jostling, and it's like
I would not want to drive that truck though.
No,
somebody comes through the cab because they don't have enough speed to launch over you.
Yeah.
So take your head off.
They're all jostling for position, and then like somebody will kind of get up, but they're like they don't have their wheels lined up with the tracks, and so they fall off, and it looked wild. It's crazy. Racing. That's right there. That's racing.
Yeah.
But, oh man. But yeah, Blue Origin, we'll see where they go. Who knows what the future holds, but certainly hope for the best with regards to the lunar lander project, because
I mean, they got to nail that.
Because
they've had a major setback. So if they don't nail that, where do they go from there?
I would
go into the carnival rides again with Katy Perry, or
see, like this is the thing here. It's like if they're gonna totally change their path with like their launch pad or their method for launching rockets, or whatever they're gonna do, I don't know.
We're gonna build a giant slingshot and shoot it up in the sky.
If they're gonna do that, like, makes me kind of wonder, like, how far along are you in this lunar lander project anyway? Then,
right?
If that's the case. I don't know. Just seems weird to me. But,
well, it just seems like find something to specialize in. Too.
Yeah.
That's if you're going to do the lunar lander, focus on the lunar lander. Don't worry about New Glenn right now.
I think they would have a lot of people with a lot of, I guess, passion behind their project if they had said, hey, we had a major setback with New Glenn. This sucks. We're going to eventually pick this back up because we do aspire to take people into deep space, whatever. But for right now, we are utilizing this to pivot to fully focusing on our lunar lander. If they said that, I feel like everyone would be like, okay, sick,
Yeah.
That would make sense. But I know that's not how it works. So they're, at the end of the day, they're a company, but it's like, I don't know. It just,
and
then the whole idea of just sending 48 satellites up, and how is that ever going to make a dent in, I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see. That'll probably be, I think, a good place to wrap, though, for episode 94. Month of July, done and dusted. Well, it's actually just getting started in reality, July 2nd.
Yep.
We'll have a lot ahead. More Graton, Tour de France Fantasy, Space. It's going to be good. We'll be doing quick plug, too, for the Dark Sky Night. Puck Cider, good friend of a teammate of ours, Dan Hurst. This gentleman's name is Chris Schaefer. He owns Puck Cider, which is a orchard that's been around for many, many years, and he and his brother decided to make it into like a hard cider thing about 10 years ago, I think. They've got a little location on Fuller, and now they have a new location out at their orchard, and it's pretty good dark sky. It's nice. It's up in like Conklin Fruitport area. So he said if we want to come out there second Friday of every month, with the exception of Underbrew, because the second Friday of September will be Underbrew.
It'll be next Friday.
Next Friday,
right?
yep. Yeah. So technically the day before Cedar Blitz, but it'll be good. Hopefully the weather's good, and I think it'll be a nice night or a nice opportunity to get some dark sky with Jupiter looking as good as it's been.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be cool. So we'll see you all soon, and we'll chat with you in the month of August. Cheers.
Be well, people.
Cheers. Yeah. Follow us on the socials at Eclipse on Tap. Apple Podcasts is supposed to be getting video. I did try to sign up for it. It's in like beta testing right now.
Oh, okay.
So I put the app in, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's like the Starship Dear Moon mission. We'll see how far we get. I don't know.
Yeah.
But needless to say, catch the videos on YouTube and Spotify, audio on Apple Podcasts, and then anywhere else you get your podcasts. But appreciate you hanging in till the end. We'll see you for episode 95, closing in on that centennial mark.
Yep.
Next month in August. Cheers.
Cheers.